welcome. Come on in. That song does get a lot scarier. Well, hi, welcome. We're doing something a little different today. I know, wow, wow. Isn't this fun? Hi, Pippin. Okay, let me explain what the heck Go is. Or Gogh. I think it's like Van Gogh. Well, it's Go. G-O-G-H. And what this is it's really, it's less of a game, it's more of a study. It's like a study thing. It's to help you study. It is the Twiins cast. Oh, don't worry, I'll show off the room. The main thing you use this for is it creates an atmosphere. Because you work better when you're with other people. And if you can't literally go to, like, a library or something, you have this, which creates, like, an atmosphere of study, of, like, a good study space. There's also music options, that, is, like, applicable. Good for stream, or if you download any music, you can have your own music play. There is a small part of me that's like, what if I download all the Animal Crossing music and have that in my Go? But it'd be a lot of work. That's for future Twiins to handle. Yeah. So the Van Gogh, yeah, how's my ear? I mean hair. So basically, the thing is, I wanted to stream because I like chit-chatting with you guys, but also I've got work I need to do. I've got art for a video that I'm working on, and you all know I don't like giving you sneak peeks. You know, no sneak peeking on stuff I'm working on. And so basically, I've got my art tablet in front of me, and I'm working on my art. And meanwhile, I can, we've got our fun atmosphere up. We can all chit-chat and jabber-jaw. And also, actually, I can host a room. If you have Go, you can join my room and sit around with the gang and participate. I doubt any of you do have Go. But if you do, I can give you not even a teeny peek. But maybe later I'll give you a teeny weeny peek. But here, let me make myself a little bit louder, just because I'm, miles away from the microphone. So if you have Go, you could join my room. I could host, but I don't think any of you have this. So currently, I'm just not gonna put the it is pretty fly. Yeah, it's really cool. So I'm not gonna give you the code, but let's take a gander around the room before we all get settled into studying. Yeah, there's me. Here I am. Wow, you gotta make your little avatar. And, it's not the most intense of avatar creation, but pretty dang cute. And look, I'm working on art. Wowie wow. Also, this is my actual desktop. This is the actual desktop image I have. Which is hilarious. I might get banned for this. But is this the metaverse? No, but welcome. The metaverse wish it was this smart. So yeah, my real desktop. I got you guys on my phone. So I'm keeping a track of you guys. Yep, over here is Ink. Ink is next to the keyboard. A bunch of Copics and a Switch 2. She is actually, if you pay attention, she's watching Giacomo and and Canari's stream. I've also got a fun little fan art board for a bunch of cool fan arts of me. I appreciate them all. You're all swell and cool and awesome. Also, secretly, I've got Ram in this corner. I specifically didn't put anything in this corner so I could have the camera, like, stationed over here in a convenient little spot. There's a bunch of Twiins related stuff and art. Look, there's a Critter. I drew that for her birthday a little bit ago. We got Doug over here. Doug is hanging around watching TV. Looks like he's watching a really cool Magical Girl show. That's fun. Probably looks like Pokemon Violet if you ask me. I got some more art. I've got, of course, I still have my my husbandos available, along with more art. You can draw on these post-it notes as well, and I've added an Amogus to what we got going on. Most twinkish dogs ever looked. Listen, this is the only option. Over there is Roseberry. You probably Roseberry. You probably noticed him. Also, random chicken and unicorn. Just because I could. I was like, why wouldn't I include these? This guy, that's Kuro. He's like the mascot of Go. He grows like a Tomodachi, but you don't have to interact with him. And there's 42 different things he could turn into. My previous one was like a space god. That was crazy. This one seems to be an ink monster, which is fascinating. Over here we've got, here's Roseberry reading a book, looking cool and fly. Fun art. Look, that's Ram. Ram's on the calendar. Good stuff, good stuff. I'm very proud of, look, there's Allison. And the hot dog, that is my current banner on Twitter. But I've also got my husbando board. If you can identify every man on the husbando board, you get bonus points. You get like 3 gold stars. So wowie wow willikers. I'll let you all take a gander. And there we go. So yeah, let's get the camera snooted over here. And then we can start working on our art and studying and things. Just need to remember how to lower camera. It's not Z. I think, yeah, there we go. There we go. A nice camera angle where we can see everybody. And yeah, that's the long and short of Go. You can make your rooms, you can customize your rooms. There's a lot of fun. It's like 1/2 study buddy, 1/2, what if I wanted to play Animal Crossing without the animals? Need to brush up on my Twiins lore, yeah. Do you accept DMs on Blue Sky Wink Wonk? Absolutely. I believe you can just throw them at me. But yes. Yes, you can DM me on Blue Sky. And if not, then I will remedy that after stream. And then I'll be like, okay, now you can DM me. Grows like a damn black mole. Piccolo on the husbando board is based, thank you. This is just what Twiins' room looks like IRL, for real. Crossing, you're right. So yeah, let's get some music playing, and then we can start studying. I will be slightly less chatty, but you know, I do be a chatty Cathy. This is a good one. We'll go to the top though. And we'll put streamer mode on, just in case he's, but yeah, I might be, slightly less chatty than usual, so that, I can focus. No, Vincent, cats weren't an option, but there's lots of, if you pay attention, there's a lot of black cat, imagery throughout, like there's a stuffed black cat over there, but yeah, you can't have a little pet cat, otherwise Vincent absolutely would have showed up. He is here in spirit via the many different black cat accessories I've got bumming around the room. Have the aliens finally released you from Neptune? Yes! Jesus. I'm not released from the aliens, but I have drastically reduced my hours. So, so I can actually do things. And finally, like, golly gosh, goddamn. So here's hoping I will be able to kind of produce more stuff a little bit more regularly. It's always the goal, ain't it? And yeah. Finally. Yeah, cause I'm working for the aliens right now, and initially I was like, okay, 30 hours a week should be good. But then they kept scheduling me for 40, and I'm like, stop! I'm subtly implying Vincent by a color theory. There are no cats, but if you paid attention, dummy, you could see we have a cute little kitty plushies everywhere. That is exactly how I talk and what I sound like. It's like, where's the lie? So yeah. I am planning, aiming to also play more Pokemon with you guys in the week at some point. I don't know, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, maybe the day after that, I'm not sure. My schedule is still not consistent. I don't have a consistent schedule week to week, which is annoying, but that's okay, you know, you do what you can. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun playing Pokemon. Of achieving my PokeTuber dreams. I need to become a popular enough PokeTuber that they invite me to, like, shit. Here's the new goal. I want to make enough Pokemon content that Game Freak is like, at Twiins, can we invite you to Paris or what have you for special Pokemon events? And I get to go, and then that's it. That's what then I can stop making videos. Random, but wanted to share my bestie got me a Tamagotchi. That's so fun. Which one's your favorite? I'm not that into Tamagotchi, but I know a little bit about them because they had a collab with Project Sekai. So yeah, which one's your favorite? Who's your guy? I didn't know that they had like characters and personalities. I thought I thought that they were all just like little dudes, you know? Like I think I like the little like gator looking guys. They're cute. Right, okay. Me, I'm not gonna talk that much. Me continues to just yap, 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 yap away. Professional yapper, as it were. That's why I make a good streamer. Not because I'm entertaining, just because I can fill the dead air. That is, okay, it does frustrate me though. When I watch a streamer and, like, they're dead quiet. I'm like, please say something. I don't know, I think it's a me problem, but I'm just like, why are you streaming if you're not saying anything? You know? Like, the game, unless you're, like, doing a really hard boss fight, then, you know, you got enter sweaty gamer mode. But if you're just, like, playing a casual game, and you got nothing to say, why are you streaming? Even just early content would be cool. It would be cool. It'd be pretty dang nifty. If they could, you know, at Twiins, hey, we've got this like marketing thing going on right now, which I think is super smart. It's every Pokemon is someone's favorite. That's the kind of the gist, and so it's if they could be like every Pokemon is someone's favorite. We're gonna send you a plushie. What plushie Pokemon would you want? And I could be like, great, please give me Houndoom. And that's it, you know? Just give me one free thing. And I'll consider myself a success. We're studying like it's finals week in high school, yeah. Is this a parasocial simulator where we planted a camera in Twiins' room? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I've only had it for like 3 days. It's currently shaped like a hexagon. Hell yeah. It's a pretty good shape, I'd say. Underrated shape. The hexagon. Let me know if anything is too loud or quiet, by the way. Like, can you hear the music? Do you want to be able to hear the music better? Let me know. Good volume. Oh my god. I think I said that at work the other day. Nobody reacted. I can things just fine. Here. Get them to make you a plush of a Pokemon that definitely doesn't have one. What do you think, what Pokemon do you think doesn't have a plush? What do you think is no one's favorite Pokemon has no plushies available? That's a tough one. Because I think it's a brilliant marketing campaign because they're right. Every Pokemon is somebody's favorite. And so it's like, okay, what could be the one that doesn't have a plushie? It's gotta be like a middle evolution. I think people like Stunfisk. I think Stunfisk is bigger than we give it credit for. It's gotta be something forgettable. I think that's the trick. Skrelp? I like Skrelp. I like the whole Skrelp line. I think they're fun. Skrelp and Dragalge. What about, what's, not Palmy, not Palmot, the final evolution? What's it called? But it being a Pikachu clone, it's, I don't know, it's got a higher chance of being kind of included. Even the middle evolutions. Is it Palmo? See, it sounds so fake, doesn't it? I think actually the Ultra Beasts. I think the Ultra Beasts are pretty slept on. It is kind of a bad plush shape. If you could have a plush made of one of your Fakeamons from your Earth and Sky video, which one would you want? That's such a good question. I think I choose the satellite guy. I think he makes a good plushie. I forget all of their names except for Elegy. The one I gave the electric gym leader, Elvira. I think that one. It's a good plushie shape. Round, soft, good. Yeah, I'd choose that. That's a 10 out of 10 question though. What would a plushie of you look like outside of looking like you? It would probably just look like me. It would look exactly like what I gave Edgar in my Becoming a Magical Girl in Pokemon Violet version video. Because I gave Edgar a little doll. And at first I was gonna have the doll look like a previous magical girl, and then I was like, no, wait, what if I make it me? And so I did. But yeah, it would just be me. It's kind of soft. I mean, if it's gonna be a plushie, it's gotta be soft, right? You know? No one wants an overcomplicated plush. Except for FNAF fans. No tea, no shade, no pink lemonade, but FNAF fans will gobble up anything that happens to have an animatronic on it. I can't even say I'm better than them. I am part of them. Got a Fuecoco plush for your birthday? Fuecoco is so friend-shaped. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, Fuecoco and Rowlet are like two of the top-tier plush-shape Pokemon starters. You were right, there's a Stunfisk plush. They just made him puffy. That's so weird. Love middle evolution dragons, ain't nobody else does. Yeah, like, no one's favorite Pokemon is, Fracture. You know? Oh boy, my Locephalon nightmare of a plush has arrived. Yeah, it can detach its head like a psycho. Awesome, awesome. I've got so much of this to do. It's okay. You know, one step at a time. very close to finishing the video that I'm working on right now, which is good. That's exciting. But then I'm not doing another big ass project for a little bit. That's the thing. I keep giving myself these big, huge things to do, and it's like, what if we relax just a little bit? What if I don't have another huge project immediately on deck right after again? Because that's the thing. That's what I did. I did my Magical Girl Violet video, and then right after that, I did my Pokemon, my Fakeamon region. And now I'm doing this. And it's just like, it's just big projects all the time. And it's like, what, how, let's make more 5-minute long videos. What sucks is that my Walmart doesn't have that many plushies. I feel like Walmart is always, it never has what you want. It's got so much and never what you want. Eevee's my favorite Pokemon, but I would love a Drillbur plush. I just like the funky little mole. I also really like Eevee. If I had an Eevee plush, I would want it to be like a bigger plushie, you know? But like the kind of smaller ones they've got, the Houndoom all day, man. I feel like Houndoom, especially because it's kind of harder to come across Houndoom merch. Eevee and Mew, my other two favorite Pokemon, they're really popular, you know? And so, it's, you can find them pretty easily. But, Houndoom is just, you know, not at Eevee level of popularity. So, you gotta take your opportunities to get more Houndoom stuff when you can. I have a sleeping Eevee plush that I think is life-size. That's incredibly cute. Like one of those weird, realistic sleeping stuffed cats that grandmas have. You know what I'm talking about. I'd want either an Espeon plush or Esper. I love its cute yet cold dead eyes. Esper is another really 10 out of 10 Pokemon. It's so fucking cute. I prefer female Meowstic, personally, but Esper is like, it's so cute that it's like, what if we just don't evolve it, you know? What if you just be this forever? Ugh. Sorry, I fucked up a chin. I fucked it up again. That's a spoiler for you guys. Twiins is drawing chins. One step closer to being able to suss out what I'm making. I hinted something that has a chin. Kid wants a life-size Reshiram plushie. We said no. Oh, I'm glad Messiah knows about the weird realistic sleeping, like, taxidermy cats. I knew one of you two would, between you and One Taker. You two always know about the weird shit. It's because we're all olds. The sexiest body part. Chins are pretty alright. I wouldn't call them sexy, but it's not like I dislike them. Locking in mode activated. A nice thing you can do with Go is you can have a timer so that you can like work for 15 minutes and then timer goes off, time to like take a break for 15 minutes, etc. So that's cool. It's not really a feature I love all that much. I tend to take breaks just, you know, when I become tired. But, if you're someone who, like, finds yourself being like, I worked so hard and now my back hurts really bad, taking breaks regularly is a good way to mitigate that. I have an Eevee pillow, and for Pokemon plushies I have Snorlax, Vaporeon, for Coco, Clefairy, Pikachu, and Psyduck. A whole collection. That's a full team right there. Of mostly Kanto Pokemon. Twiins working on a Fairly Odd Parents Crimson Chin fan comic. Wow. I forgot about that character. Yeah, I'm thinking about how fabric works. I needed art lock in for a second. Nice. Okay. The locking in can decommence. If I made a video about Deltarune, would you all watch it? If I was a worm, would you all still watch me? But yeah, I've got an idea ruminating of just talking about a theory I've got for Deltarune. You know, I ask that, but whether or not people would watch it has never really stopped me before. It's why I'm not a successful YouTuber. You already are a worm, hematode to be precise. You're so right. That was a stupid question. I would absolutely watch. Well, great. Hold on, gotta check on the hanging net of Pokemon plushes I have over my bed. Snorlax, Togetic, Mimikyu, Bulbasaur, Venusaur, Fido, and Arcanine. Only Fido and Togetic I came across by accident. Fascinating. Another good combo. Most prominent chins in media. Crimson Chin from Fairly Odd Parents, Stan Smith from American Dad, and Quagmire from Family Guy. Man, what's his name? Seth MacFarlane sure does have the chin game kind of backed up in a corner. He's really got that market locked down. It has you in the video, so yes. Oh golly. Glad to know all my most parasocial fans check out my streams. Are you hinting at a new model? Worm Twiins? Ew. Absolutely disgusting. That's some untapped territory. A worm VTuber. No. Gonna go with no. But someone out there would be like, finally my chance. I could be a worm tuber. And I hope they're living their best life. Any plans for Magical Girl May this year? It's coming up soon. This year is going by quick. It is going by. It do be going by. No current plans. I haven't, like, started another Pokemon Magical Girl adventure yet. And other than that, no. I'll probably do some fun streams, but yeah, I think I'm passing on Magical Girl May this year. I've got other stuff. I've got other stuff in my sights for May this year. So basically just some streams. That's kind of it. Ara knows how to worm model, so why not? Yeah, but she's got also, like, out the ass money. She has the money to waste on a model she'll use once because an internet meme is popular. You know? No one is like, I care about worms so much, I want to be a worm tuber. But yeah, May will still come, and there will still be some fun stuff in store. So while it may not be, you know, Magical Girl related, make sure you check in anyway, because I've already mentioned this. That's when I will be announcing Summer Tetto stuff for this year. And speaking of which, you know, friendly reminder, my patrons will be getting to vote on the theme. We're gonna have an actual theme this year, and my patrons will get to vote on that starting next month. So if you want, you know, to weigh in on what theme sounds the most fun to you, then join my Patreon at any level, any paid tier level. I do not understand why they have, like, free memberships. If you're following me on Patreon for free, you should just be following me on Twitter or Blue Sky, because Patreon is part of, like, business for me. It is part of my source of income. I'm not posting anything for free that I'm not putting on Twitter or Blue Sky. So that's, I don't get it, but to each their own, I suppose. Worm tubers. Saw a Chansey plush, my favorite Pokemon, a while back in the mall that I have no way of returning to now. I still think about that plush. You could probably order it online, surely. You can get most things online. You probably, like, through the Pokemon store, even. So you don't even have to worry about it being, like, counterfeit or something. Sorry, I was reading you guys. That's why I got so quiet. We're not allowed to go to Walmart for a while because the Sleepy Umbreon and Espeon plushies. Mine and kid's favorite Pokemon. Turn Doug into a worm. I'm just like Critter. She's got like a whole army of little companions when she streams. I'll just make a worm guy. And then I can draw him as a human. What about a worm model? Is Worm Luke the dragon? So I don't understand that second sentence. But a worm, you know, if I were better at drawing dragons. Listen, I already tried to do a worm, and that did not end up well. You'll have to watch my video on my fake Pokemon region to see how that shook down. You know my art is bad when I put the Redead scream over it. From Ocarina of Time specifically, but I think it's the same scream across every Zelda that has featured Redeads. Nice. It's looking good. Hopefully the theme isn't too hard for me. I'm sure you'll do alright. And with so many fun different themes, like, because I had two in mind. No spoilers on what they are, but I had two in mind. And I texted Critter and Allison. And I was like, do you guys have any other suggestions? And Critter threw out such a cool idea. And I was like, ugh! And so, yeah. We'll be able to talk about that a little bit more once May comes around. But I think the themes that we've all come up with is super fun. Related to bad art, I did my 1-minute figure practice, and it's literally a scary stick man. You're supposed to draw, like, squares and crap. You're supposed to... I was gonna show you. You literally can't see my screen. But, you gotta flesh out the sticks. Yeah, well, I'll make a worm guy and a frog guy, because I've always got a frog in my throat. And then there'll become more guys in my roster of guys. I'll take the frog, Ink can have the worm. Yeah, you can't decide on a sprinkle theme. Little bonus factoid, if you stick around to the end of videos long enough to see the Patreon shoutouts, thank you very much, patrons. I appreciate you also very much. But if you do, then you may have noticed that 2 of them kind of just has default sprinkles as their designs. That's because they have not told me what they wanted. I've been like, okay, feel free to message me when you know what you want your custom sprinkle to look like. And then they just did not reply. And then I've messaged them again, and I was like, don't be afraid to, let me know. And then neither of them continued to reply. And so I'm like, okay, I'll just have like a default design that I'll just color kind of relevant to them until they decide on something, if they even, want anything. So there you go. There's a little fun factoid for you there. I'm drawing motion. I need to think about how things move. I'm thinking, wow, okay, great. He's hoping that all doesn't look bad. You guys will love it, don't worry. Just trust Twiins. I'm learning. Will you be doing another song for the winner again? Hell yeah! It would be really nice if at some point I could purchase Synth V's like kind of big proper version. I use the free version for all my songs right now. But if I get the like the paid version, which include and also like pay for the fancy version of Teto. So even though she is Japanese with Synth V, I could still have her sing in English. Our tech is so, we're living in the future, which is so exciting. And I would that'd be swell, because if I could get to write a song for her in English, then maybe it'd be a little bit good. I think the songs in Japanese that I do are better when I'm just like, when they're really minimal, when the bulk of the song is actually like instrumental, so I could, that's kind of the plan for this year. Try to do my best to make a good instrumental for, maybe a less wordy song this time. Something about, I just thought of the opening lyric for Cicada's song of It's Hot and Cicadas Won't Shut Up. And I was like, shit, that's gonna be the song. But maybe this year I'll be able to kind of approach it a little bit smarter. But yeah, if I could get to a point where I can kind of allow myself to purchase the fancy version of Synth V, then I could make Teto songs, and they would be in English. Oh, and maybe at some point, Summer Teto will kick off enough, or I will just have money to burn, on, like, commissioning other people, who are cool and talented in the kind of Synth V Vocaloid community to make some fun songs. But currently, you're stuck with me. Damn, still not done that art for Twiins. Twiins is that frog. Oh yeah, you got all these ideas. You gotta doodle more on like the bus or whatever. Bring a sketchbook to draw while you're on your lunch break at work. Twiins, the opposite of most video games, got a plethora of fan service men instead of women. I've actively thought about doing like a thing where I just draw a shitload of guys. And it's like, it's very inspired by like Eye Patch Wolf, like Super Eye Patch Wolf, some videos on games that aren't real. With the idea being like, here's the roster for like a Genshin clone, but it's just predominantly guys. And I've thought about that, and then I'm like, I do not have the time to spend on just drawing random men. But I have thought about it. I downloaded this game after you said the name, and now I can't stop customizing my room. It's fun, isn't it? It's really fun. Yeah, it's Allison. I think Allison's rooms are a little, like, mine are like elaborate bedrooms. Each one I've tried to make. But Allison's, like, actually looks like a cool library. It's got a grand aesthetic. So it makes me go, oh man, I gotta get better at this. And also makes me go, man, I'm not good at this. The more I draw this, the more I think it actually looks okay. Ain't that something to learn? Trust the process. Trust the process and draw your character at a new angle. You suddenly reminded me of when I used to call the Mist movie The Fog as a kid. You know what I gotta do? I gotta get like a proper like kind of PNG situated. Instead of just me in the corner not moving, I gotta like redraw of myself. I think, yeah, this is a pretty old ass picture of me that I use for my art streams. And I gotta have a version where my mouth like so that I've got a little bit of movement. I think I gotta get on top of that. Another thing on my long list of stuff that it's like, I gotta do that. But I've got a deadline. That's the thing, I've got deadlines for these, so many of the things I've been working on. So I kinda have to prioritize them. What are these lunch breaks you speak of? Oh, that's where you slam food down your throat while you continue to work. If I was them, I would do like a sketch of what I want my thing to look like, then say what I want. Hell yeah. That's fun. I think when that is presented to an artist, that's fun. If the future's AI everywhere you can find in the past times, well, perhaps. Gotta make your own food if no one will feed you sometimes. Exactly. And I'm starving for hot men, as evidenced by how many hot men you can see just on this screen. I've used this game aggressively for, yeah, Allison, the whole reason why I even thought about downloading Go in the first place was because I wanted to see if it would work well for Allison, genuinely. I was like, I think Allison would like this. I should download it, kind of give it a test run, see if it, you know, if it flies. And it do fly. Don't have the one you use for ZA. I mean, I've got my other VTuber model. You know, my like, cool new jacket version of that I drew. But I don't like having a proper VTuber model when I'm doing art streams, and it's for such a stupid dumb reason. Well, for one, yeah, I'm looking down because I'm working on my art, and the model will usually kind of just default to me like it won't be able to track my face, and so it ends up kind of looking goofy, where I'll just kind of default back to looking up at you guys, and so that's kind of weird. And also, for a less good reason, if I open up VTube Studio when I've got my tablet plugged in, it opens on my tablet, and then I have to move it over to my PC monitor screen, move the window over. That's fine, that's easy, but it resizes it, and then I have to like reconfigure everything so it's formatted nicely for my stream, and I'm like, ah! And so, yeah, I just, being a PNG for art streams, I think that's swell and fun. Ain't nothing wrong with being a PNG tuber sometimes. I think, I've got a lot of respect for people who are still just PNGs, like Shenpai. Shenpai is a delight. It makes me sit there and go, man, why am I wasting all my time with a VTuber when I could just be a cute little doodle in the corner like Shen. I like being able to move. Really the big thing is I'm kind of in this mediary section of being a VTuber where I wish I had like full body tracking. I think it'd be fun to kind of get to play like that, you know, get to incorporate you guys with some full movement stuff. We could do jazzercise together and crap like that. That sounds hilarious. But I don't have that. And then so yeah, that's the thing. I'm like, that looks awful. That looks so bad. Oh no, I can fix that. So yeah, I'm like, okay, step 1. Get full motion tracking. It's genuinely the only reason I've ever thought about getting a VR headset. So I could track myself. Just for streams. We could do that one rhythm game where you got like the swords or whatever. You know the one. Whoops. Uh-oh. Hang on, let me bring my camera back over. I was trying to read chat here. And then I just squidged myself out of the corner. There we go. Alright, great. Back in the corner where we belong. Don't know if you heard, but McDonald's is gonna sell K-pop Demon Hunter meals on the end of March. I had not heard. I also don't care. I'm like I'm happy for the K-pop Demon Hunter fans. I still haven't seen the movie. It seems fine. Seems fun. I watch so little stuff. I am the world's busiest girl. I don't have time to watch anime or movies. But that's fun. You know. I know. I think it won like an award at the movie awards. So that's cool. Glad it won an award, and happy for all the fans. It will not affect me, but I'm happy for you. Here, let me do this. Oh, I should draw that too. It would make it so much better. When you realize you can't be lazy. Twiins list of stuff to do. Get full motion tracking, solve world hunger, tell no one, jazzercise. My priorities are immaculate. also not seen the movie yet. Wife and kid are desperately trying to get me to watch. Wife watched the English and Filipino dubs. That's fun. I feel like I remember seeing a good handful of voice actors that I was like, I like them working, that like, you know, did stuff for it, so. You know, I'm not opposed to watching the Demon Hunters, just always busy. Ain't that how it always be, huh? Alright, great. I've fallen back into Elden Ring content. Oh wait, random question. What was the last movie you saw in a theater? That's a good question. I think it may have been Deadpool. It was either Deadpool or the Broly movie. Whichever one came out after. I don't hate going to the movie theaters. I don't love going to the movie theaters. I think seeing a movie with a crowd, you know, it's a fun new experience, you know? But also, I don't like children. And they're always there. There we go. I think it was Broly. I think you're right. I remember going to the movies and being like, that was fun, and also being like really frustrated at how much money we spent. Which Deadpool movie? The first one. I forgot there were multiple. Which Broly movie? The one, like the new one. The one that's like, hey, what if we redid Broly's backstory and it wasn't stupid this time? I wanted to see, Markiplier's movie, Iron Lung. But, we're busy, so we just never got around to it. But I'll eventually get, like, the Blu-ray once he offers that. Because I'm sure he will. You don't spend all this time and effort making a movie just to not offer it on Blu-ray. This movie I saw in theaters was the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Still haven't seen that one. Allison has. Not me. I wouldn't mind it. I don't know. I'm just busy. The worst is working with people who then they're like, have you seen this movie? No. What? You haven't seen movie? Yeah, no, I'm busy. Man. Have you seen this movie? No. What? You haven't seen that movie? No, I don't watch a lot of movies. Man. Okay, but you must have seen this movie. No! I don't watch motherfucking movies. What about this? Too hard for you to understand. Jesus. Or, do you watch a TV show? No. Well, you should. And then they, like, talk to you about it. And it's like, oh yeah, I'll put that on my imaginary list of things I'll get around to. I feel that, yeah. Me, what, you haven't seen movie 2? It's the sequel of movie 1! Yeah, I know movie 1 was a real smash hit. Everyone saw it, except for me, huh? I'm not busy. I just don't want to watch movies or shows. Want to watch my random hours-long YouTube videos. It's true. I'm incredibly willing to watch something if I can watch it on YouTube. I like being able to pause. That's the big thing. You have to sit down and and you know, obviously I've enjoyed movies. I had a great time watching Superhero, Dragon Ball Superhero. But yeah. I just want to be able to pause and do other things and walk away and then come back and then, you know, get to continue my adventure of watching whatever the fuck. Hang on, I'm drawing arms. I'm drawing arms and I don't want to. Which means I need to focus. Oh yeah, but the Avatar, the Last Airbender Avatar, or Blue Cat Avatar. I watched that in theaters, the Last Airbender. That was, what a waste of money. And then I was like talking about how bad it was after we left. And my parents, cause like they took us to see the movies, they were like, it wasn't that bad. And I was like, I guess maybe I'm just being too critical. And then no, I was right. That movie is bad. That movie is bad, and they have bad taste in movies. I'll fix that. Okay. Sorry, I just bonked my microphone with my Stanley cup. Didn't mean to. Whoopsies, there you go. But yeah, I've gotten back into Elden Ring. Elden Ring content. So that's really fun. Every time this happens, I go, what if I play Elden Ring? And then I'm not good at it. Still haven't beaten Consort Radon, the bitch. No, not even Consort. I haven't beaten Star Scourge Radon, like his first form, like his normal, the third boss you're supposed to fight. I haven't beaten him because he's a hoe, because he's a piece of shit, and it's fine. It's whatever. It's because I'm bad at the video game. I'd love to play it on stream. It is. I only have it on the PlayStation 3. God damn. Is it the 3 or the 4? I've only got it on not the PlayStation 5. So then there's genuinely a part of me that's like, what if I buy it again so I could play it on the PlayStation 5 so that I could have chat backseat and help me learn how to play Elden Ring. So yeah, it's something I've considered. Doug, get off your ass and help Twiins with work. He's too busy watching his cartoons. Your parents shouldn't have opinions. I was also stuck on Renala for so long, and I knew she was an easy boss. That's the thing. And I was like, no, I think I'm talking about the right one. The magical one, because I know she's got a sister Rolana. I can't remember which one's which. I'm really into the Night Rain lore right now, so I've forgotten some of the names of base game characters. I think it'd be fun to... I still want to play Pocket Mirror with you guys. That's the prequel to Little Goody Two Shoes. That was a lot of fun, so I do really want to play that. And when Hell Maidens come out, I want to play that with you guys too, real bad. That'd be so cool. Which is also made by the same company. And I think it'd be fun to play that Digimon game, Time Strangers, or whatever it's called. I think playing that on stream would also be really cool. So those are kind of my general thoughts. Of course, I want to keep playing Pokemon, both Fire Red and also gotta finish ZA at some point. Yes! Digimon! Alright, cool. Glad that sounds exciting. And also, yeah, I've got more art I want to do with you guys. Got so much that we could do. Yeah. Sorry, that was me remembering what I wanted to do. I mean, I haven't played Digimon, but yes! Hi! Welcome! Come on in. We're relaxing, can't you tell? We're so relaxed. I'm working on art for a video right now. But so yeah, I don't want you guys to, wow, what a sweetie pie, holy lord. Ooh, the vibes. Gotta go, but this was relaxing. Well, thanks a million, you're a sweetie pie. Everyone say thank you, Hud Mud Butt. Man, look at all these people that are in chat that got to have it too. Hell yeah. Let's see if there's any interesting names. No one that I don't know. Wow. That was crazy. Thank you, Hud Mud Butt. Yeah. Hope you have fun doing whatever it is you go do. We will continue to be relaxed. Be relaxed. It's me yelling about Pokemon. Oh fuck, thank you! I think the newest thing Twiins watched was Amazing Digital Circus? Yeah, I guess, huh? I gotta watch more of that, because I know like a new episode came out, and I want to watch it, but I want to react to more episodes, because that's what Critter wanted. She wanted to see me react. And so, I gotta, and in my head, my reactions to the Amazing Digital Circus are just for Critter. I'm like, listen, they'll get a couple of views. I do this for Critter. It's what Critter wanted to watch. So here you go. You're welcome. So she had better be dang grateful. The finale is coming in June. You have to watch more. June. Wow, it's coming so quickly. So yeah, I definitely gotta catch up. I gotta do episodes 6, 7, 8. No, I've done 1 through 3, so I gotta do 4, 5, 6, and then maybe wait off until maybe do then like then do 6 and 7 and 8, and then I can just react to the finale when it comes out. Time everything up pretty alright. I'm counting fingers. Only way to get Twiins to watch stuff is to get Greta to ask her. It increases the chances. Do you have a favorite character in the cast? I liked Gummy Goo, the gator. I liked him a lot. And then Kinger. Yeah, I like Kinger. Pomni's okay. I actively dislike Jax. Oof, hang on, I'm making an arm and making it not look bad. Okay, there we go. I liked Gummy Goo. Yeah, me too. Some schmuck. Twiins sucks as a reactor. She doesn't exaggerate her reactions. Twiins, well, it isn't for you. Actually, everyone was... I didn't get any negative, negative comments on my react video. It didn't get that many views. But, yeah, like, no one was rude to me or anything, which, that's good. Yeah. People were far harsher with, the video I did talking about Arknights. And you know, a part of me should have known that obviously a mobile gacha game community would be maybe a little bit more toxic. But I've had a funny time making the Arknights one. And so I really didn't expect so much negativity over me being like, this video game was boring, and the tutorial shouldn't have been this long. Live and learn. Funny story, Pomni's my favorite character, so I wanted a plush of her for Christmas last year. My friend's mom said she would get it for me when it was Christmas. I ended up getting a Jax plush instead. I didn't mind, because I like Jax enough, but I asked her why she didn't get Pomni. It's because she thought Pomni looked like a clown, and she hates clowns. That's so fair, though. That organized video was based. Don't listen to the haters. It's nice to see that the top comments are people being like, yeah, this was a lot of tutorials. and the voice actors probably didn't get enough direction. So, you know. That's all that matters, is the people who actually are engaging are like, Twiins is right. Twiins has negative view on something that people spent hundreds on to get their waifu big sister complex character. They tend to be a tad negative on views. You're so right. That's the thing. I don't know. I feel like I went in pretty easy. I feel like I could have gone in way harder. The funniest thing is the comments that are like... There were so many comments that, like, went in accusing me of deliberately just like, you went in, you didn't even give it a chance, you just wanted to hate it. And I'm like, I don't care about your video game enough to do that. To just play it and make a video that's completely unrelated to most of my content. So I could, you know, complain about your favorite little video game. And it's like you're just a grifter, you're doing this for cheap views. And it's like, I made $4 on this video. Like, no, honey, I'm sorry. It's never played Arknights, can you tell? Fun fact, Arknights was the first video of yours that I couldn't immediately finish in one sitting. Not your fault, but nothing could change the game for being a limp gray smear. It was so, like, it started out just fine. I had no, like, outstanding negative opinions on it until you wake up and then, you know, I start skipping cutscenes because I didn't care about, you know, the story. I just wanted to get to play the fun video game. I do that with a lot of mobile games. I did that with Project Sekai. I started Project Sekai by just skipping all the cutscenes, but I wasn't skipping them, I was like mashing through them. And so just by virtue of that, I did end up reading some things and I was like, now hang on, wait a minute, what's happening? This story seems kind of interesting actually. So yeah, I was like, I don't care about the story, I just want some fun, cool gameplay. You know, something to pick up and play every now and then. And then the tutorial just kept fucking going. And it was so boring. I'm like, why is it still going? And that's the whole reason why I even thought, like, I've got to make a video about this. Because it was funny to me how long it was taking. It was just so fucking long. So yeah, I had fun making the video. It's a bummer that, so many people were like, Twiins sucks. Twiins wants it to make it look like we think Coolsville sucks. That's a reference only Allison will understand. But, you know, whatever. No harm, no foul. It is what it is. I made my $4, so how mad can I be? That's more. I made more money on the game than I spent on it. Parentheses, 0. I got the reference! I'm proud of you, Overhyping. I made someone cry once and people thought I was being mean, but I was holding back, trying to be nice. We not had a meeting for over 18 months. Wow. That's complex. How dare you criticize the thing I like. Yeah, it was like being back in the Ruby community. And, you know, the big thing is my critiques weren't even that harsh, which was funny. I think my favorite is someone left a comment. It was a rude little comment being like, this video is like so poorly made, I'm glad I didn't even finish it. I only watched it so I could laugh at how bad it was. And I choose to reply with like, well, thanks for watching and leaving a reply, because it tells the YouTube algorithm that my video is good and more people should watch it. And then a smiley face. And then they must have had an extreme change of heart very suddenly, because then they were like, oh, well, yeah, I wouldn't want you to not get views. I hope, you know, you succeed and you enjoy your time. And I don't think anyone who was watching your video would have, you know, tried out Arknights anyway. And then, like, and I was like, what happened? What? Thanks, I guess. Did their little brother pick up the keyboard? I don't know. I'll never know. But it was certainly memorable. Fastest character arc ever, for real. honestly thought Arknight's video was gonna have more twins that admitted they're a dude with all the "I did thing like a boy" comments. Yeah, I don't know. I think my voice wanders in just neutral enough that people, unless they're like just actually like a shithead, they don't know how to make, like, I get more people being like, "Are you a girl?" versus people being like, "You're really a guy, aren't you?" No. No, but I understand why you think that. I hate this. I will never support you, Twiins. You just watched the video and left a comment. Yeah, it's vocal range, exactly. I can be kind of deep. I can be kind of high. And it's just a range enough that I can differentiate between about 5 characters in a video game. Thank goodness there wasn't another character in mouthwashing, because I had already used up all of my good voices. Curly and Jimmy basically sounded the same, except Jimmy was just my voice. Because obviously the, like, default character I'm gonna just use my voice for. Because I expect them to talk the most. And then Curly was just a little higher pitched. Just a little bit, though. It was more of a cadence than anything else. I think they forgot you could talk back to them and they got nervous, yeah. I understood that you were a girl from the start, but for the longest time I couldn't imagine you as anything else but skinny Oscar boy. Yeah, I got more questions about it when my profile picture was Oscar. Because, yeah, Oscar is a fellow. And so it's like, is this you? Because, you know, not everyone knows who Oscar is. And those who do are like, well, that's a boy. But this person is like a girl. So what is it? What's your pronouns? But it's so funny. I don't think I've ever had someone ask, what are your pronouns? It's always been worded like Oak. Are you a boy or a girl? Sorry, I'm drawing someone smiling, so I needed to sit here and just smile at my canvas. so I knew what I was doing. Jimmy doesn't deserve Twiins' voice. You're right. There's a crew that, like, have been, they've been, like, doing voices for the mouthwashing, like, official, like, YouTube channel. They did, like, a couple of cute little skits when mouthwashing was nominated for, like, Indie Game of the Year. That was pretty cool. And I think the people that, across the board, those voice actors all do a pretty solid job and especially that Jimmy. Jimmy did a good job of being like, yeah, that's Jimmy. That's exactly what Jimmy's voice should sound like, if you ask me. But I must say, this is gonna be weird. I think I'm the most proud of my Curly voice. I liked Anya. Anya's fun. When she's, you know, you've only got one girl, then, you know, you gotta just do girl voice. And, yeah, she had a lot of cool lines to say, too. I really liked getting to play everyone in mouthwashing. Like, vocally. But, yeah, I'm really happy with my Curly. Daisuke was pretty good, too. But yeah. Those were the star players for me. gonna be rude to this person. Twins with no PR training. What the fuck you say? Yeah. Oh no, I already read. Oh yeah, when I first started watching you, got you and Critter mixed up because of your voices. I think I can tell you who is who now. I think we sound clearly distinct. Critter has such a cute voice. That's the big thing. I'm like, I don't sound like Critter. Critter sounds way cuter. Critter talks. She's got like, it's not quite higher pitched, but it's just cuter. She has a cute little voice. And I saw someone describe it as my voice is darker before. And I'm like, that is true. I do have a darker voice. Yeah, I need to create like a thing. Need to format my bullshit. Okay. Formatted the bullshit. I honestly think she just goes more customer service than you when making content, especially. Perhaps. Half the time these days it feels like I record audio when I am ill. I feel like every time I'm like, time to record, you know, record my script. And it'll be like, cool, you're sick. Why? Why am I always, why? Just more of a perky cadence, so it rises like a half octave. Yeah, yeah. Nasally voice to represent Critter. That wasn't nasally, that was pleasant. That was cute. But if I wanted to be accurate, then I'd be like, ooh, I'm Critter. Ooh, this is what Critter sounds like. Not accurate at all. Bless you. There you go, the real secret is that we all sound like that. Yeah. Leave that alone. Peregrine. Fucking with my giant teddy bear. I'll never be able to draw a straight line. Straight lines are overrated. How long have I been streaming for? Okay.
Say hi to Chet.
Everyone say hi to Pippin.
Pippin, say something. Good job.
Good job.
Good saying.
Good talking.
Thank you.
Good talk, boy. Overhyping, says Pippin. Also, Allison walked over here. Tickled by the fact I heard her sneeze and said bless you on stream. Pippin being a fool of a toque. It's where the name came from. I thought about naming him Smeagol, because I named him. And then I was like, no. He's Pippin. And Allison was like, he is Pippin. beautiful rendition of Ave Maria Pippin. Yeah, he's a performer. When I first watched y'all's earlier podcast together, I knew there were 3 of you, but I don't know why my mind thought you and Critter were the same person. Allison was either twins or Critter. Man, that is complex. That's the thing. Okay, I can understand when people are like, I can't tell Critter and Twins apart. It's like, okay, we do sound pretty similar, you know. We are twins, you know. It is what it is. But when people are like, you and Allison sound exactly the same. It's like, no, we don't. Were you dumb? Allison has a lovely cadence to her voice, and I sound like a little boy. like y'all wrong. When you were younger, did your parents ever think it was Critter talking when it was actually you, or vice versa? Sometimes that happened with me and my brother, lol. No. No. Generally not. However, sometimes if we answered the phone, people would assume it was our mom who had answered the phone. On the phone, we sound a lot like her. And we sound really similar that way, too. Because, you know, phone, especially back in the day, phone receivers were so poopy bad. So yeah. But other than that, nah. How many of these have I done? I'm on, like, the 4th one out of so many. What a pain. Whenever you say Pippin, do people misunderstand it as Pimpin? No, but people have messed it up before with Pippin. People have I remember this was on somebody on stream thought I'd said like Pippi Longstockings, and I was like, no. Wrong. I call him Poopin' a lot. I'm that way with all my brothers. We all sound slightly different, but on the phone, we keep confusing each other for our dad. Listen, phones are just really good at being like, what if your parent? And it's like, how about no please? And they were like, hoi, 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 hoi. It's like, alright, I guess. I guess that's just how it is gonna be. No! They shouldn't have the close button right next to the save button, if I do say so myself. Call him B-Bean, yep, which has morphed into Baby Bean. BBB. Any kind of very Pikachu-esque. What are you doing? Leave it alone. He's fine. He's just, it's like he's suddenly figured out I've got a large teddy bear. Hate the sound of your voice, but people on the internet seem to like it. So what do I know? You just gotta get used to it. I remember the first time I heard my voice, I was like, what's wrong? What's wrong? Why do I sound like that? But it was, Critter and I were getting interviewed for like, a school thing. And so then I find Critter and I'm like, I sounded so weird. And she's like, no, I sounded weird. You sounded normal. I'm like, no, you sounded normal. And so we kind of just got to learn like, oh, we sound really different than what we thought. Like, how you hear your voice is not how everyone else hears your voice. And that's the big thing. You just kind of gotta get used to that. You. Sorry, I was on the wrong layer. Not gonna lie, I thought it was Pippin Longstockings. Yeah, no, because that's Pippi. That's Pippi Longstockings. And then Pippin is from Lord of the Rings. So, understandable, but incorrect. But that being said, I don't think anyone knows about Pippi Longstockings anymore. What are you doing? Let me get up, observe the cat. What are you doing? You've lost your sun privileges. You do not get to engage in the sunlight. Return to darkness. And stop sniffing my floor like that, you weirdo. I thought y'all made up a name. No. You know, Merry and Pippin, the hobbits. Only us olds remember Pippi Longstockings, it's true. Oh, there's a bug?
Yeah, he was helping.
There was a bug, and now it's dead. That's why Pippin was being such a little goomy gomble. I know that was really riveting from all you guys' perspective. Man, it's warm. I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt. I might remove that. Just wear the tank top underneath. There was a Pippi Longstockings cartoon. I don't think I ever watched that. And now he's crying. Now he's crying because he didn't get to get the final blow on the bug. Because he never does. He sucks at hunting. He finds the things and then he's like, look, it's a bug. Oh my god, it's a bug. And it's like, okay, I'll squish it. And then I squish it. And then he's like, well, I wanted to get it. And it's like, you could have. You lost your chance. Killstole. You're so right. I shouldn't have. I should have let him just continue to sniff it. Hang on, I'm drawing something difficult right now, so I gotta focus. Okay, I think the hard part's over, so that's good. Okay, clearly the hard part wasn't over, because I didn't start talking again. Okay, great. Okay, great. Mother, look, I hunted. No, don't kill it for me, Mom! Yeah. Maybe give him a raise, then maybe he'll do his job better. He makes plenty of money. He doesn't have to pay rent. That's big. What if we shift over to a new camera angle? What if we, there we go. Kind of get to see the room from this angle. There we go. There is like an auto camera option, but I don't know. I didn't want to do that, I guess. Oh, here, let me, cause I'm just kind of in the way of Doug. We'll do this. Just so we can see everyone a little bit more clearly. Nah, I'm still kind of covering Doug. That's fine. Holy fourth wall, I know, right? He eats dinner 2 hours early by yelling. I think he's good, yeah. The room does have windows, yeah. I've had the idea of, like, making a club, like a club room, like a dance hall, and, like, having that be for, like, fun music kind of thing, like a similar vibe as this, where it's kind of just everyone chilling, but it's, instead of study time, it's like party time. So I've thought about doing that. I gotta actually like make that, and I don't know about the logistics of that. Like, I don't know what music I would have, if anyone would want that, but I think it's a fun idea. So even if it's, I don't know, maybe just for me, I could do that and be like, yay, club room. Cat floating on paper makes me think of Pippin. Yeah, that's Kuro. That's my little ink guy. A cute little dude. There's Puni Kuro. The squishy slime-like child form of Kuroda 42 feels a bit sticky to the touch. Shy and fragile, it's still adapting to Earth and secretes goo when scared. With gentle care and lots of focus, you can help it grow into a confident, slime-free adult. Status grumpy. This guy has basically been grumpy since birth, so, you know. And with the inky texture, I think he can go to ink, personally. I think she'd like him. Yeah, a party I would actually want to go to. Gonna head out, see you next time. Well, adios! We'll still be here, just drawing away. Drawing and chit-chatting. I didn't ask to be born. Yeah, you know. Fair. Man, I'm drawing a cute face. I need to focus. Been grumpy since birth. I felt that. Me. Every day of my life. I'm thinking, I don't know if I'm gonna finish what I'm doing today. So I'm thinking we go until for like another hour, tops. Maybe wrap up early if I get tired or something. And then I'll have time to like work on more stuff. Always working. Work, 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 work. Parentheses work. So that's kind of the plan. Oh no, it's British. Good thing I'm off from work today. I could take a nap. We could enter sleepy time nap mode. If I were to ever do actually ASMR, because you all know that I like to do my kind of funny shitpost ASMR streams every now and then, where it's basically not ASMR. If I were to ever actually do ASMR, I think what I would want to do is actually no microphone, and just run around in a video game world without the music on. And so you're basically just listening to, you know, like footsteps and stuff. I think that could be relaxing and cool. Send a tweet. That's what I would do. Twiins next ASMR. Sending ink to prison for tax fraud. I think there's a gal who, like, it's one of her redeems. I'm not too sure on the specifics. But she's like a VTuber. I couldn't even tell you who this is. I've seen like a super short clip of this. But her ASMR is her beating you to death with a hammer. Like you could redeem it, and then it's just like, alright, you ready? And then banging. Just like hammer against wall sounds. And that shit's so funny to me. And I'm drawing something textured and round. The two worst things. How come everyone thinks there's gonna be Ruby news this year? I feel like I've seen that. People are like, we're definitely gonna learn about more stuff for Volume 10, as if that's ever gonna actually become real. And I'm like, why? Why do we think that? What happened that has everyone thinking we're definitely getting something Ruby related? And I'm like, it's dead, isn't it? What happened? I do still have you in the basement. You're so right. All I know is that it got picked up by some company a while back. Yeah, Viz. And that was like years ago. So I don't know why everyone thinks it's like now is when it's happening. And I'm like, what? Why are we all think this? What happened to have everyone be like, oh yeah, it's definitely happening right now. And I'm drawing hair. And it's gotta be kind of specific. Okay, cool. Gamer Subs is releasing a cup for Ruby. Vizio Media's... That's cringe. Vizio Media's Twitter has been more active. It's another thing, but I forgot. It's scaring me, though. Damn. See, I was talking about this on the Discord. I think, even if it comes back at this point, they've lost the hype. The Ruby community doesn't exist anymore, you know? It's, like, I think maybe, you know, some people tune in for the, like, first episode, and then after that, I think it's just gonna fall off again. I don't think there's any audience left for Ruby. Outside of, like, React channels, and even then, they're not gonna, like, stay. I don't think anything's gonna survive the test of time here. It got picked up by Viz and is supposedly in pre-production hell. Shrugs emoji, I guess. Kind of funny the official Ruby accounts post all the time. Like, are they making the show even? No. I guess it's their idea to try to keep an audience going, but... I don't think it's gonna work. And I think the big thing is... Oh, you guys are still here. My thing got delayed, so I was gonna watch the VOD, but stream is still going. Yep, we're still here. I think the big thing is, that they shot themselves in the foot by having the last volume be the one where they're in Neverland. I think that's really what the big problem is. I think volume whatever was before that, I forget the numbers, but when it was, oh man, what, you know, Atlas just fell, the kids are in the desert, what's gonna happen? And it's like that was an interesting plot. And then the last volume they had was Team Ruby, like, it was a filler episode, like, filler plot. Team Ruby just bums around some different area, doing nothing related to Cinder. It's like, I think that killed any kind of momentum that they had going, with Ruby. So I don't know, man. It is what it is these days, I guess. You underestimate how many diehards still toxic for 10 years. Oof, fans there are. Anywhere I search for things you can find. Set a timer before you search for something and find Ruby art thrown in somehow. Yeah, but I think it's just like a persistent mold, like My Little Pony, you know? Like, you can usually find ponies of things too, but that doesn't mean there's still an audience for My Little Pony. Friendship is magic. Though I have seen more videos about My Little Pony cropping up, so, you know, maybe I am dumb and wrong. It's a sign. We're so back. Watch them make the same mistakes. Slow start, questionable decisions, nothing happening the first half of the season. I mean, I think Ruby, it's like Schrodinger's bad anime at this point. I think Ruby has so many flaws that is like built in, you know? Like, I feel like even in the most competent of hands, it would be challenging to recapture an audience for a show that has done so much to like hinder itself. From writing to the animation to the characters, like, you basically have to redo everything. But that's the thing, no one would be willing to stick around for a full reboot. And I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, maybe there's plenty of people who are like, when Ruby comes back, I am seated and ready and excited. And, you know, that's swell for them. I don't think I'm wrong, but I just think there's so much baggage to have to try to balance. For a show that was despite what they want to pretend, clearly had no plan. Had nothing. They did not know anything going anywhere. And so how do you write a show for that? You don't. But who knows? Who knows anymore? Man, I did such a good job drawing these arms, and now I'm just covering them. What a stupid bitch. It's like that one time I spent so long drawing Aquabelle's hand. And then I was like, fuck, you can't see her hands, her sleeves are in the way. Is that how JoJo's written? On the fly with no plan? I wouldn't know. I haven't seen a single second of JoJo. From what I heard, Volume 9 focused more on Ruby. I don't know, I don't care about the show. Yeah. It was so long ago, too. And so it's like, people, like, who are still really deep in it, like, I feel like it's just Critter these days. Like, they still can remember all this stuff. I don't. I can't remember the volumes, I can't remember the names of characters, I don't... the show isn't real anymore. I have been watching my old Ruby videos lately, though. Just because one of them, I got a comment on one of them. It was my failed interview with Allison. And I was like, that was funny. Let me watch that again. And then I've just fallen down a rabbit hole of watching some of my other Ruby videos. And I think it's got me thinking a lot. Step 1, I'm like, I am repetitive. Why did anybody follow me? I repeat myself like 14 times every given video. It feels like I'm padding out my runtime, but I'm just bad at explaining myself, and so I feel like I have to like reiterate what I'm trying to say like 3 times using slightly different words. And 2, I'm like, these thumbnails and topics are interesting. Regardless of like Ruby. I'm like, these are easy to click on because they're like, they're things that I like a discussion actually. Like there's something to discuss here. There's something to explore. And it's like, what did I have to say about whatever given topic it is? And it's got me thinking about how I want to do more stuff like that. Not with Ruby, because I don't watch that show. Not anymore. But I'm like, I want to make like real actual like, I'm tired of ranking things. I like ranking videos. I like making my ranking videos. But I'm like, I want to make videos that are not just that. I don't want to just count down from 10 or whatever it is. I want to discuss stuff I like. Predominantly Pokemon, but probably also Project Sekai. Yuck. Non-Ruby content, exactly. The final battle with Salem. My Little Pony. Let's all hug it out ass ending. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised at this point. From My Little Pony to Steven Universe to most things I feel like I engage with these days, everything fumbles the ending. Even shit I really love fumbles the ending. And it's like, listen, I get it, endings are hard, but goddamn, I'm getting tired of that. we played trivia with Critter, and she had some questions about early seasons characters, and I was like, bro, I don't know any of this. Random question, Twiins. What's the most overrated animal, not including humans? Probably foxes. I think they get a lot of screen time for being... Like, I like foxes, too. There's a part of me that thinks, oh, maybe it would have been cool if I made myself, like, a fox instead of a fallen angel. Yeah, I think foxes are pretty overrated. Either that or wolves. Well, actually, I think I am gonna switch my answer to wolves. Foxes are dang overrated, but wolves get a lot of, like, media screen time for being just dogs. Just large dogs. God damn it, I'm good at art. I'm an artist. Remember when you made theater review stuff? It's true. And I've thought about talking about another Star Kid musical. But then I was busy. I would have to kind of rewatch it, get back into it again. But yeah, I like talking about art. But your ranking videos appeal to my 2014 brain. I think if I want to make more ranking videos, I want them to be funnier. Cause just me being like, this one's number 1. But like, not doing it in a funny way, I think... I don't know, they're not rewatchable. Some of my favorite ranking videos are the ones where I'm funnier. Like, I think the best example is when I ranked the outfits in what are you doing? You stop that. In Mario Kart. Cause I'd watched so much Kadikarus, so that like it assimilated into my brain, and so I was just in a funny mood, and it's rewatchable because it's like, that was funny, I'll watch that again, and I think that's what I want to do. If I'm gonna make more ranking videos, obviously I'm gonna keep doing my 3D MV ranking for Project Sekai, cause if anything, just for me. But yeah, if I'm gonna do more rankings, I want them to just, in general, be funnier. Hi, Coral Palette. What's this? This is called Gogh, G-O-G-H. Cough Chainsaw Man. Has Chainsaw Man ended? I'll have to check in on that, because I haven't seen that. What about coyotes? Coyotes are not overrated. I think they're just little guys. Popular enough, but have, people outside of, like, the Southwest barely know what those are. But yeah, Go it's more of a study program, where you get to make your avatar, and you get to customize a room, and the idea is to create an atmosphere where you're working with other people. This is good for, like, studying. But I'm working on art that I don't want you guys to see. But I still wanted something on screen for you guys, so we're all studying together. You can see me, and there's Ink, Doug's in the corner, and over there's Roseberry. Pretty cute stuff. So, highly recommend Go as a study program. Wowie wow. Sorry, I didn't see you. I was drawing, by the way. To be Steven Universe, had a rushed ending because its final season got slashed because the creator dared to have a gay wedding. I don't know if that's why it got slashed, but also, like, okay, so the final season was rushed, so why did they waste a whole episode on Watermelon Steven? Like, why did we have so many fucking episodes dedicated to the Sadie killers? Okay, like, rushed ending or no, they still used their screen time ludicrously poorly. I've got a lot of opinions about Steven Universe that we cannot get into. Insulting wolves to my face, whoa, always with the strays. Wolves are overused in Western media, while foxes are overused in Eastern media. So, yeah, just fuse them together, then you just got kind of a wolf again, like another fox. Bizabazao videos are pretty good at making Here's My Art interesting. I like Bizabazao. I like a lot of her older stuff. but I feel like Bizabizao's more current videos are less engaging. They're less funny. I don't know. I liked the jokes, and so I want to lean into jokes if I'm gonna do rankings. If I'm presenting my art, I'm less worried about being funny, because it's like, here is my art. But I don't know, it can't hurt to throw a joke in every now and then. I think Chainsaw Man fans are pretty insane. It's hard to tell. It feels like Chainsaw Man fans don't even like the show or the manga. I feel like every other week I see them bitching about something, and I'm like, I'm just gonna ignore you. I'm just gonna not engage. Red Wolf, you're so right. That is what happens when you mix a wolf and a fox. Also, yes, Chainsaw Man ended. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, I can finally read the finale and then cancel my subscription to Shonen Jump so that I can stop having that constantly. Every month I'm like, what's this bill? Oh, what's this bill that got charged to me? Oh, it's the Shonen Jump app that I just keep on hand in case I want to read Chainsaw Man. Are there any more of these I need to do, really? I think I could do something with that one. Maybe that one. Okay. Now it's the thing, if I don't do it for all of them, which obviously you don't know what I'm talking about, but it's like, if I don't do it for all of them, is it weird then? You know? Is it? I don't know. Didn't you watch it on Manga Plus Online? It was free, last 3 episodes of first 3, an official publication. No. No, I've just got the Shonen Jump app. It was easier. They sent Yu-Gi-Oh cards, golly. You know what I remember? You know what I miss? There was an old-ass Pokemon magazine that we were subscribed to. Critter and I growing up. I can't remember how we even convinced our mom to get that. In a world where it feels like every time we asked for anything, it was no, but we got that one. It must have been affordable enough. And yeah, every like month, a new issue would come out, and it was like the 2000s. There wasn't even like Pokemon news to like care about. It'd be like, here's some cards, like here's some new cards that might be coming out or something, and like there wasn't like Pokemon news. But just Pokemon fans through and through, you know. And then that ended, and it was like, no! On Twitter, Pokemon? Alright, I like that too. No. No, they never liked Pokemon. My parents tolerated that we enjoyed Pokemon. I remember they would call it Japanime. And wow, that's cringe. I think they just figured out that there was no separating us from Pokemon. And it's like, well, shit. This is their special interest, I guess. Why couldn't they have been sporty, like how they wanted? Hang on, I'm drawing the world's most complicated sleeve. so you're gonna have to tolerate a little bit of a silence for a second. Another hint, the thing has sleeves. Back when they thought Pokemon would be like a fad like Furbies, yeah. I'm just glad our parents weren't like, oh no, that's Satan stuff, you're not allowed. Because I think that Pokemon is the one, because we were always good kids. We would listen to rules, we would do what we're told. I think Pokemon is truly the one thing that we'd be like, but I care so much that we're gonna break the rules. And this makes it easier when you don't have to break no rules. Yeah, I'm drawing the second most complicated sleeve. Not like one below in terms of complicated, like the character has 2 arms and 2 sleeves. Incredible. Okay, great. Yeah, my mom refers to anything game related as a Nintendo. Yeah, go get your Nintendo. And it's like a PSP. Has chin, sleeves, and smile. You guys are gonna be like, oh, I understand when I do post the video. You're gonna be like, oh, this all does make sense. 2 hours in, and Go is actually really good for productivity. Wow, yeah, that's a swell little thing to have in the background. I wrote like a whole script yesterday for a video. Just had Go in the background and a dream to achieve. I had a friend whose household was mega religious, and they couldn't interact with Pokemon stuff because evolution. Yep. That was a big one, and I think. Oh yeah, I would just not listen to that rule. It's like you can't. There's evolution. Yeah, but I like Pokemon. Never brought up Houndoom. It was more of a problem in Kanto. The first 150. After Generation 2 came around, somehow the hype around it all really kind of just fell apart. So, by the time Houndoom entered the scene, it was like, oh, well, you know, Pokemon's okay. Oh, I gotta do you. Oh, fuck. This means I have to do all of them. There's too many. Can't do like 80% of it and then be like, I don't want to do the others. And it's like, well, you did 80%. People will be like, well, where are the others? So this is good. I'm glad that Go has been a success. I was worried that you all would be like bored or not engaged or anything. But it's nice to see that when I do have work I really need to get done, we can do a Go stream. And it's like, you know, we're always little chatterboxes anyway, but it's kind of like a chatting stream, but I'm also being productive. Hi, honey. Are you hungry? Is it dinner time for baby butts? No, you have an hour. You have an hour, you can wait. Go away. But yeah, it's nice that this worked out. So now just, you know, if I have a lot of work I need to do, I can theoretically, we can all go together. Rotten spoils for real. No, it's not so early. No, it's not Vincent, it's Pippin. Pippin will do this thing where he'll reach up and like pat your elbow. Like if your elbows are on the armrests of your chair, he'll pat on your elbow and it's like, it's food time. Very cute. But also it's like, stop. And then I'm drawing another difficult thing. Tomodachi Life is coming out soon. That's like April 14th. So that's fun. I can't figure out if I want to play on stream or not. So a slightly better Pokemon team discussion stream. Got it. I like the Pokemon team discussion streams because you guys get really excited about it. I get a lot of comments in chat when I do Pokemon teams. And so it's really fun seeing you guys like engage like that. Hang on, I'm drawing a face. A face that I don't often do. Okay, good. Okay. My cat has a schedule and refuses to deviate it to a point. If I'm not the one feeding her, she will not acknowledge food is there. Yeah. They have to, the same person has to feed both of them. If, like, I feed Vincent, then Pippin will be like, and then I get food. If Allison's like, I've got your food, he will ignore her. I have to take the food and be the one to feed him. So, just how it is sometimes. Okay. Okay, good. Speaking of weird question, who was your 10th Animal Crossing villager? Did I not share that with you guys? Surely I did. I drew them all with you. Who was my 10th Animal Crossing villager? There was Leopold, was that his name? And then I got the Petrie. Oh, was it, you all know about the koala I got. Golly. Hang on. I'm seeing if I can find the answer. Opal. Opal the elephant. There you go. That's who the 10th one was. I remembered. I didn't remember. I had to, I looked at, the versions of them I drew on Twitter. That, like, I posted to Twitter. What? You are not that hungry. World could use more koalas. I don't know, they're kind of useless. Yeah, I was cheating too. You're distracting me. Jeez, pooping. Leave me alone! Go ask your mom! I'm drawing hair over here. Pooping butt. That do be his name. Twiins confirmed as the dad of the house. Ask your mom. See, that's the thing. It's because they're always asking me. It's always like, oh, I'm gonna cry near Twiins' room. I'm gonna ask Twiins for food. And it's like, you're Allison's cat. You sleep in her bedroom. Go ask her for food. Mother, it has been days since you fed us. We're withering away. Twiins, I just fed you this morning. I feed them so often. Because they go, oh, I'm hungry. Well, here's what it is. I get Vincent his food. And he goes, oh, yippee, food. And then he eats like 2 bites, and then he walks away. And then Pippin the fat comes in, and he's like, nom, 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 and he eats all of Vincent's food. And so then Vincent's like, oh boy, I'm hungry. Oh, where'd my food go? I don't have any food. I need food. And so I get him more food. And then he eats 2 bites and he goes, okay, yum, yum, that was delicious. And he walks away, and then Pippin's like, oh, more food. And then he eats all his food. He's like, oh, where'd my food go? I don't have any food. And so it's like, stop eating your brother's food. And then he won't even play with him. Pippin will eat all of Vincent's food, and then Vincent will be like, okay, let's play. And then Pippin will just go, no, I don't wanna. And then fuck off and cry. Because Allison's not playing with me. And it's like, well, brother wants to play with you. Why do you suck so much? Why Why are you such a little schmuck bag? Love him. I would kill men for him. But the point stands. He's a schmuck. Hello, my darling. My most delightful. You can tell when I'm talking to Vincent. Like, Patrick, you took my only food. Now I'm gonna starve, yeah. What about breakfast? You already had it. But what about second breakfast? Lunch, afternoon tea, dinner, supper? Hence the name Pippin. Delightful. Amazing. Okay, I'm great. Milk is bad for cats. Yeah, cats are lactose intolerant. They're incredibly lactose intolerant, actually. You should not be getting your cat's dairy products. It is bad for them. I know. It's crazy that we've been taught otherwise. I mean, it's also... Carrots aren't that good for rabbits either. Yeah, it just kind of goes to show, you know, sometimes the stereotypes aren't right. Hi, Vincent. What you doing? Being cute and handsome? Yeah, you're pretty good at doing that. Lactose intolerant people, parentheses, me, aren't known for letting that stop them. You're incredibly right. But it still stands. You should maybe not give your fuzzy friends cheese and milk. Man, it's a good thing that whenever I did give my cat milk, it was only a tiny bit. Yeah. You know, it's not gonna, like, you know, kill them or anything. They'll probably have some real nitro shits, which is no fun, but, yeah, it's not like you're poisoning them, but, it's kind of a good idea to just not do that. What, honey? Yeah? Only becomes dinner time when Vincent starts yelling about it. You think Pippin convinced him? Pippin was up and rambunctious and woke Vincent, was like, it's totally dinner time. You should get Mama to give us food. The cats are in collusion. Always. It's like Finding Nemo, making kids think that all drains lead to the ocean and that it won't just kill the fish. Don't they fail at getting into a drain anyway? I guess, you know, it doesn't hurt for a kid to think, oh, you know, we you know, flushing Guppy the goldfish, cause, oh, we gotta flush him so that he can go back to the ocean. Instead of having to have the talk about, like, okay, so Guppy is dead, and have a kid deal with mortality. But also, I mean, eventually, they gotta learn about it eventually. I don't know, being a parent sounds hard. Being a parent sounds hard and bad. Reason number 763 to never have children. No hate to those who have had children. It's just, it ain't my bag. If little Guppy died, I'm just gonna tell the child, yeah, that happens, bro. Hence why, you know, being a parent isn't for everyone. Hang on, I'm hatching. Like the art technique, like cross-hatching. I'm realized you all are gonna be weird about it. Okay, good. Oof, almost there. How many more have left? These do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. That's. Okay, maybe I won't do all of them. Just because I don't have something to do for all of them. Me when they portray snail shells as removable? Yeah, that is weird. Turtle shells too. Those are the ones that really freak me out. Oh, yeah, Cat passed. It was hard explaining to the kid who just wanted us to just keep her. Yeah, that is tough. There's no easy way to do it. Ho hum hum ho. Okay. I've got to do something for that one. And probably that one, and maybe that's it. Maybe that's all I do, just because not everything needs something. Let's have a short bathroom break. Everyone gonna go to the bathroom, or get a snack, or obtain a beverage. Just enjoy the vibes. I'll turn up the like game audio, so you can just kind of appreciate sound of game. And then I shall return. So yeah, I'll be right back. Crank this. I'll be right back. I'm back. Here I am. I have returned. It's me. Adios, one taker. Make smart choices. Oh yeah, didn't I say we were gonna stream for 1 more hour? An hour ago? I go on a bathroom break just to be like, let's end stream. Here, let's reposition the camera again. And then maybe we can do one of these final things here. Cool. Alright. Gotta go into maximum overdrive. Thanks for waiting, guys. Now I'm out. Yeah. How about one more hour? Theoretically, we could. Theoretically, we could. I've got a lot I need to do, but also I need to do this, so it's like... So, we'll see what happens. Just got here, what's up? Welcome. Howdy. You came while it was a bathroom break. This is Go. It's a study program. You can customize a little room and your avatars. So I've got... That's me over there. There's Ink. There's Doug. There's Roseberry that we're hanging out next to right now. And we're, I'm doing work, and you're all, just kinda chilling and vibing with the gang. But I'm still talking because I am a yapper. I cannot help but to yap. I was wondering what this was. Looks chill. Yeah. G-O-G-H. Go. Study tool, but also you gotta customize your room and stuff, so it can be a fun little kind of game as well. If you like, you know, if you like designing rooms and stuff. Oh, I thought you meant like we do an activity, and I was like, what activity? It depends. You're heading out too? Well, adios, thanks for being here. For the time that you could be. I appreciate it. I'm glad you forgot about the time. It allowed me to catch stream again. Whoops. That's alright. Nothing happened. Nobody saw, literally. You know what it's high time for? A new Nier game. It's time. Yoko Taro, are you listening? Release a new game. I'll take Drakengard. I want new... Give it to me. I feel like I can see my art quality dipping. I've been going for so long. It may be better to wrap it up here then. Like here-ish. Like finish the thing I'm doing right now and then call it there. But yeah, I miss getting to talk about crazy Yoko Taro games. he had his mobile. Oh, that's horrible. Drawing a hand and it was not good. Because you know he had his mobile game, and that was cool and all, but I didn't play that one. And also then it ended, and so it's like, okay, new video game, please. And that ended a while ago too. I don't know. I'm sure he's cooking, but I'm just excited for the food. Yeah, as it were. People would die if a new Nier game is made. Women lovers will faint. Women lovers? What about they feed us fellow enjoyers pretty damn well in Yoko Taro games. We would all cheer and scream, and it would be so cool. And remember when Nier Automata was announced, and there were like, it was like at E3, and there were like 2 people in the audience who were like, yeah! And everyone else was like, I don't know what's happening right now. Because it was still so like niche at that time. Now, the whole, if Yoko Taro walked onto, if Yoko Taro walked on the stage, the whole room would be like, yeah! And I'm happy for him. Nier Reincarnation had so many good ideas, and I am desperate to see those in an actual game. I know! I feel like it's only up, you know? Every game is better than the last, which, you know, it's not difficult to be a better game than Drakengard. Yeah. But just, like, the stories get better, the gameplay gets better, like, it's just gonna be a good, fun, cool time, and I can't wait. I can't. I must. but I don't want to. Don't want to wait. I just wanted to be here. Alrighty. The fact that the average person does not know Deimos and Achaea is sad. They're so hot. I'll have to Google those ones. Oh, but I think I do know who you're talking about. Yeah, you're right. They're 10 out of 10. It's unfair to compare anyone or anything to 2B. Bro, Adam and Eve were in that game. Like, 2B is swell, but they cook with boys. Like, Google Deimos and you'll see that it's like, oh, twins can enjoy these. So cool, so cool. I think I have reached the edge of quality. I think if I keep going, I'm just gonna produce worse looking stuff. So that means our time is over. Which means the stream's over. Wow. Pretty dang long stream. Got so much work done. Let's take one last kind of gander around the room, just for anyone who wandered in late. We can kind of take a closer peek. Here's Roseberry. Cute little outfit. Yeah, there's only so much you can do with the customization, but I think you can get the idea of, it's like a caricature of everyone pretty well. So yeah, there he is. We've also got, look, it's Billy and Thaddeus from As the Sky Falls. There's a lot of As the Sky Falls art across the walls, honestly. And yeah, this is my Vincent stand-in, since I could not actually have Vincent. Also, you can write on the whiteboard. And if you were to join my if you were like if I were to host and you were to join, then you could also get to write on the whiteboard. So pretty cool stuff. And then yeah, let's take a good look at Doug again. There he is, sitting, so he's a little harder to see, but pretty happy with how well Doug came out. I'm glad that the hair options are not gender locked. And yeah, he's watching Pokemon. And look, here's me. And also here's me, working away, doing my arts. So competent. What a cool girl. Wowee. And then Ink is also here. Like I said, yeah, watching not my stream. She's watching Pokemon Pokemon people stream. But it's fun to get to reuse that art. So yeah. Wow. Go was a lot of fun. Oh yeah, and then the husbando board. Can anyone name all the husbandos? I bet none of you can. Husbando board. I spent so much time making my little husbando collection. Okie dokie, bye bye, bye bye! Yeah, stream will be wrapping up, just kind of perusing the room to end off stream again. That was Bronica. I knew that panel. It was Bronica. Yeah, gotta keep your eyes open to see all the fun, cool artwork. No, Terry, so it's only 11 out of 10. Like Terry Bogard? Terry is pretty cool. Terry could go on to the husbando board. I could probably squeeze him into this corner between Waluigi, Samurai Man, and Link. Genya also only gets on in the idea that he's older. Because I think everyone in Demon Slayer is like 14, which feels wrong. I think Spike Spiegel is also only like 18, or you know, like 21. And it's like, so that's wrong. So sometimes you just have to be like, no, they're actually older than that. Surprised by Katana Man? No, I do like him. I like him better when he's not in Katana Man form, but there's no good art of him outside of Katana Man form. No, Resident Evil lads, you're so right. Luis should have been on here. Leon, of course. I could easily make Xander here much smaller. Vincent could also probably be smaller. Listen, collages are not my passion, alright? Also, you can tell that I struggled to format this properly because Leon's head is cut off, and so is most of Curly. But yeah, be the change you want to see in the world. Draw Katana Man fan art. You know, maybe I would, if I had a little bit of time. But I have no time. I gotta get back to working on all my things constantly, forever, and always. But thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out and going with me. This was fun. I'm glad this means that we can do more Go streams in the future. But that's gonna be it for today. I should maybe relax and then get back to work. So see you around. See you on the flip side. Make smart choices. Be good. Be cool. And goodbye.